What's going on, YouTube? Cheers. Drinking an amber ale from St. Arnold's Brewing Company. Look at that. Snow shower. Don't know if you can see it. Nice snow shower. Let's talk about a couple things. Thirsty. Anyways, so they're making a lot of progress on the brew shed, especially with all this quarantine stuff. I just hopped out of the shower actually, so pardon the frazzy beard. But anyways, shed's coming right along. We're going to talk about a couple things as we go in there. We're still a work in progress, but it is coming along, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with things. So let's go inside here. Okay. All right, we are inside the shed, and you'll see, let me set my beer down here. You'll see here, a few things have changed from the original wiring and all. A lot of things I would have done differently when I first started this project with the drywall portion and the wiring. But let's talk about what I would have done differently, shall we? So, I don't know if you recall, anybody that watched my previous video, and there's an echo in here now because there's drywall. But, yeah, I got some tape floating there. I'm gonna have to fix that. But I'm also texturing, so any little buggers in the wall won't matter, because I'm gonna actually do a roller texture on the wall, and it'll cover up a lot of the not so pretty parts of the walls. Anyways, so we have a 4-prong outlet here. I originally had a 3-prong 220, or a 3-prong 220 20 amp outlet here, which wasn't going to work for electric brewing. I needed like a dryer plug, and that's kind of what this is. It's a dryer. I got some drywall stuff on it. I was going to clean all this up after I was done messing with all the drywall, but I needed a 4-prong plug. Well, so let's go back a little bit here. The wire that was originally ran to this outlet was it had 2 hots and a ground, no neutral. So it would have worked with a 3-prong, but that wasn't going to work. So what we had to do was, long story short, I had to roto zip out the wall. I've done a lot of drywall work already in my time with this thing. So I roto zipped out, and you can see it, and I ran it across and then down to that outlet, and then I just patched it like yesterday. I'm still got to do one more coat of mud on this, sand it and mud it one more time, and I ran it up into here. And also I switched the original 30 amp breaker that was here out with a GFI. So you got the red and black hots, the white neutral running in, and then the breaker itself has a neutral that goes out. And the original electrician that did the work on here, I guess I don't know if he was half-assing it or what, but he didn't put a ground bar in. So now I have a ground bar because I had another electrician come back and use the existing conduit that ran to my shed from the house over there. There's a conduit that runs underground over and up into here. And so he just fed this ground wire in and put in a ground bar and everything. So now my shed is fully grounded. Sorry if this focus is going in and out. So there's that. But yeah, this is still kind of ugly because I'm still working on. So anyways, yeah, that's ugly, and that will change. And like I said, I'm going to be rolling texture on the wall, and so there's that. And man, the floors are really messy. I'm actually using my daughter's bicycle storage. Has bicycle storage too for my daughter right now. Got my shop back there to suck up stuff. My ladder was actually a lot cleaner than that when I first started this project. And yeah, so here's the ceiling. I did mud these and I'll be going back to mud again. The ceiling was just kind of weird and wonky, but I am going to try and smooth that out even more with another coat of mud. Over here is a little better. This is actually a second coat I've done here. And this one right here was the bugger. It was the full length of the shed. So I really had a hard time figuring out the best way to mud this and make it smooth, and it's not smooth. I mean, overall it looks way better than it did, but having that tape in that final, or next to final coat of mud, I'm gonna do one more coat of mud on this, but I'm done taping pretty much. Here I did this one again. I did have a little bit of some cracking in the mud, or the mud here, or the compound, and I did another coat. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, overall, for someone who doesn't do drywall for a living, I think I did okay. I don't think I did too bad. It is a brew shed. I mean, it's not like I'm living in it or anything, but I guess I could if my wife kicked me out of the house because she was mad or something, right? So. So anyway, that's the update. I also bought this corner bead here. This stuff. I want to cut it because I was leveling this out some more with some mud. I was trying to get it to level out a little bit, but I am going to put this corner bead along the corner. I'm going to cut it to length and angle and everything, and then staple it in place and then mud over it. So it'll give it a cleaner edge. And I'm gonna do it on both sides of the dormers here. But yeah, I mean, all my gaps are filled in. No more big old gaps anywhere or anything. I did have some really big gaps in here, mainly like up here when I put these pieces in. So what I did, and I'll tell you, I got this quick set mud. It's quick set 45 stuff, and basically you have 30 minutes to work with it before it turns into a rock on you. And what I did for the big gaps is I mixed up just a small bit of it in a little bucket, and then I mixed it up real good on my trowel and everything and my hawk, and then I filled in all the big gaps with that stuff, and it turned into like gypsum board hard, which was awesome. And then I sanded it a little bit, and then I taped on top of that, and then mudded again, and boy, filled it in. You can't even tell, man. It's awesome. I think I'm pretty happy overall with like how the corners turned out and everything. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you a little brew shed update here. I am actually gonna be doing the texture rolling next, but my 240 brew system's here, and it's been here for a couple of weeks. I think before I go on with the texturing part or something, I think we might christen this shed with a brew on the new brew system. We shall see. But I have an awesome brew system here, and I actually have an unboxing video I'm going to post here very soon of the new brew system. And I'm just so excited to upgrade to a 240 volt brewing system. Grandfather did its job, and it does its job fine. I just wanted more rigorous boil, and I wanted a little bit more capacity just in case I want to do high gravity beers or 10-gallon batches if I decide to. But one thing I did think about in this shed, it's a 10 by 12 shed. I don't want mold or anything in here, and I've got mold resistance already in place as far as like my insulation goes. Like here on my doors, I'm going to be putting like a corrugated metal over all this on my doors. So on these two doors, there'll be corrugated metal. So it'll look like nice and decorative, kind of rustic. And like I said, up here, I'm still gonna put a TV up there. I'm gonna have a small computer in here probably for live streams, for brewing. I do plan on doing some live streams eventually with my brewing system. And over here, I'm actually going, I already bought it. I've got a winch that I'm gonna mount to 3 studs here. There's 3 studs in the ceiling. I'm actually gonna run a bar across and then mount my winch hoist to that. So I can lift my grain basket out without issue. and challenges. And also, I'm planning on putting a exhaust vent in through the wall and through the outside. So I will be drilling, cutting a hole outside and in, running a vent, and hooking up maybe a removable exhaust system that I can put away when I'm not brewing, but we'll see. We'll see what a pain it could be or not. But I'm thinking about, for up here, is I'm gonna make I'm thinking about just like making like a foam box type, something really lightweight that I can just kind of hang on the wall for when I'm brewing, and then when I'm done brewing, and just take it off the wall and put it away. And then I can have like my dartboard on this wall. And because you can stand, 10 feet away from the wall, it's definitely regulation distance for darts. So anyways, yeah, that's that. So I got some more planned. As I'm doing this, I just keep thinking of other things I want to do. As far as water supply and all goes, I'm just going to keep 2 5-gallon jugs of water available that I can store in here, and then when I brew, I'll brew without water. It'll come out of my tap, of course, because my water's already conditioned and everything. I'll just add some gypsum or some calcium back to the water. But it's coming along. I'm very excited. I feel like I'm actually seeing the end of the tunnel here. Because for a while, man, it's like, man, I'll just pay somebody else to do all this crap, because it's just taking me so long to do this drywall. And I figured I probably could have paid a dude and he would have been in and out of here in like 2 days with the drywall work. But it's coming along. All I gotta do next is kind of sand some spots, remud them, and sand them a little bit more, texture, do my floors, and we are ready to have some brew sessions and probably some barbecue prep in here even as well, undisturbed, because I do have a daughter, and the older she gets, the more involved she likes to get in things. So I figured the brew shed would be a good separation recording environment, if you will, because it will be kind of like my studio / brew house. So we'll see how it goes. Anyways, I'm glad you guys are following along, and I appreciate all the new subscriptions. It's greatly appreciated. I'm just so thankful for all the support. Till further more, we will see you when I have more news and some more videos. Cheers.